Hi guys, ngayon ay ipapakita ko sa inyo yung DepEd Memorandum Number 17, 2025 entitled Interim Guidelines for the Department of Education Performance Management and Evaluation System for Teachers in the School Year 2024-2025. So, alam naman natin na yung RPMS ay na put on hold, no? It's on hold. So ito yung pumalit sa kanya, yung PMS. Okay, so ito yung mga dapat nating tandaan ngayon, especially sa fourth quarter. Sinabi dito na as the comprehensive guidelines for the revision of DepEd Order Number 2 Series of 2015 are underway, so DepEd hereby issues the enclosed interim guidelines for the Department of Education Performance Management and Evaluation System or PMES for teachers in the school year 2024-2025. So these guidelines shall lift the suspension of the implementation of the performance management system for teachers. And this shall complete the 3-year cycle teacher performance assessment for DepEd Memorandum Number 8 Series of 2023 or the multi-year guidelines on the results-based performance management system per Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, which covers all 37 Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers indicators. So, the PMS for teachers shall be implemented starting the fourth quarter of 2024-2025. So, only PMS-related activities conducted upon the issuance of this memorandum shall be recognized and accepted to provide the rating of teachers' performance. And this is signed by our Secretary, Sonny Angara. So, ito po yung inclusion ng guidelines, I mean, in this memorandum. So, interim guidelines for the DepEd Performance Management Evaluation System, PMS for teachers. So, yan, makikita po natin yung PMS cycle for teachers. It's just similar to the RPMS. So meron lang kunting pagbabago or changes, no. So for the school year 2024-2025, ito yung mga cycle phase. Makikita natin yung mga task or activity. It starts with the discussion of the target objectives followed by the full period classroom observation 1 and or 2. Okay, so malalaman natin yan kung bakit nagiging uh, observation 1 and or 2. Okay, so there shall be a total of 14 objective composed of classroom observable indicators and non-classroom observable indicators. So hindi pa kasali dyan yung plus factor. So nagiging 15 objectives po yun lahat. So makikita natin dito, ito po yung mga objectives or yung classroom observable indicators, COI. So kikita natin dyan meron pong walong COI po. So ito yung titingnan ng mga raters during the classroom observation. So walo po ang titingnan natin dyan. Okay, so the assessing PPST objectives, the performance assessment shall focus on the demonstration and achievement of the PPST COIs and non-COIs, which are translated as objectives in the performance management and evaluation of teachers. So sinabi po dito na 1 or 2 full period classroom observations shall be required to be conducted in assessing the performance of teachers for classroom observable objectives. And observation ay mangyayari sa fourth quarter of school year 2024-2025. So, ibig sabihin nun, yung mga competencies na ituturo ay nasa fourth quarter na. Okay, so there are two scheduling options for the full period classroom observation. Yung option 1, option A is 2 or full period classroom observation in fourth quarter with objectives distributed across observation. So ibig sabihin so walong um, indicators or objectives, yun ay is divide, no. I-divide po siya sa dalawang observation. Samantalang yung option B, it's a one full period of classroom observation in fourth quarter covering all objectives. So lahat ng objectives or COIs ay makikita doon sa isang classroom observation lamang po. So that's one full period classroom observation. So mamili po kayo kung ito is it two full period classroom observation. So magkakaroon po ng dalawang observation sa inyo na kung saan dinidivide po yung number of objectives na i-observe. Kung samantala yung option B, pwede namang isang observation lamang po. Lahat ng objectives ay nandun i-observe ng writer. So ito po, makikita natin kung pipiliin ninyo ang option A. So may dalawang observations po. Classroom observation sa first full period CO. So ito yung mga objectives, no, base sa PPST. Yan, meron pong limang objectives ang i-rate po sa first full period COs. Then sa second full period COs, ito na naman yung may 5 din po ang i-observe. So as you can see on the table, so si objective 1 pati si objective 4 ay dalawang beses kasali sa sa observation. So itong green, makikita natin ito ay for proficient teachers. Ang itong blue naman ay para sa highly proficient teachers o yung mga master teachers. Kung makikita ninyo dyan, may 4 lamang na objectives or COIs ang mga master teachers. Pero hindi diyan madali kasi it's all about modeling kasi. So yan, makikita natin dyan. So in every classroom observation, meron pong 3 objectives ang i-observe. Okay, so may dalawang objectives po dyan na pangalawang beses i-rate po. Okay, so next, ito naman ang full. Option B, one full period classroom observation. Kita natin lahat ng objectives ay i-rate sa isang classroom observation po. Katulad din ng master teachers. 4. Okay? 2, 4, 8 lang na objectives, COIs lang po yan. Okay, next, prerequisite and consequential teaching learning materials and documents such as lesson plans, instructional materials, assessment materials, assessment results, and other teaching materials shall be used as basis for assessing non-classroom observable objectives during the pre- and post-classroom observation conference. So documents considered as means of verification or proof of demonstration and achievement of the objectives shall not be required to be organized in physical portfolio for submission at the end of the school year. So ito yung maganda ngayon kasi hindi na kailangan ng portfolio na kailangan natin i-organize natin at i-presenta natin while verifying our performance. So ngayon, hindi na necessary po. However, teachers are encouraged to have their own repository of teaching learning materials, documents, to facilitate accessibility and resource sharing. So, meron din, kasi magagamit din natin yan as our blueprint o kundi kaya guide natin sa susunod natin na mga activities or in the next academic year po. So, that would be our guide. Would that be effective o kailangan ba nating i-improve yung mga activities natin kasi mababa yung performance nila based on that saved materials, yung mga nililigpit natin ng mga materials po. Next, pre-observation. Ito yung una. So the ratee and the rater shall agree on the schedule of the classroom observation, and schedule must be set at least 3 working days before the classroom observation. So in the event that the agreed observation did not push through due to conflicting schedules, they must reschedule the soonest possible time. So if ever there are unforeseen circumstances that are outside the control of the schools, concerned schools may be allowed to deviate from the prescribed timeline of conducting classroom observation, provided that the adjusted schedule is approved by the SDS. Yun po. Next, so during actual observation, okay, so ano ba yung gagawin during actual observation? Ito ba'y kapareho lang din ba sa yung previous classroom observation natin? So, the same pa rin during the actual classroom observation, the ratee or the teacher observed shall deliver the lesson, and the purpose of rating the performance classroom observations shall be done for the entire class period. And raters, take note for the raters that they shall have to only use the observation notes form to record comments and observation on teacher's performance. So, ito yung kailangan talagang i-take note po, na kailangan talagang observation notes lang dadalhin ng raters. Walang lesson plan at iba pa. So, it's just only the observation notes po. And for highly teachers, proficient teachers, yung mga master teachers po, colleagues shall be allowed to observe as part of the mentoring and coaching activities. So, meron pong mga observers aside from the one who will be rating the master teacher. So, other school or co-teachers in the classroom, I mean in the school, can also be there during the performance or during the classroom teaching of the highly proficient teacher. So, yan, meron po tayong strengthening coaching monitoring and performance monitoring. So, meron po dalawa dito as emphasized by this memorandum. First is frequent short period and walkthrough observations. So, ito yung kadalasang ginagawa po ng ating mga school administrator or instructional supervisor po, na palakad-lakad lang naman yan sila sa aisle or sa corridor ng school natin, at tinitingnan kung nagkaklase po ba, meron po bang ginagawa. So, yun. Okay, so that's a form of formative assessment or non-rated and developmental approach. Another is the regular monitoring and the provision of technical assistance on teaching and learning process and materials. So, computation, ito po yung makikita natin as in every objective. So, that's equivalent to 7.143%. And all COIs shall be observed using the following performance indicators. So, quality and efficiency. So, yun lang po dalawa. So, as you can still remember, meron po tayong tatlo dyan: quality, efficiency, at saka timeliness. For COIs, yung dalawa lang po: quality and efficiency. Kapag sinasabi natin yung quality, so, depende po yun sa rate, no? Sa as found in our classroom observation tool. And efficiency, that's measured through the demonstration and the achievement of the PPST-based objectives within the prescribed time. Okay, para bang where the teacher were able to achieve the objectives to be observed in a certain period of time. So, yun din yung basehan for efficiency. For repeating objectives in the case of option A with 2 full period classroom observation, so the final rating shall be computed by averaging the ratings from the 2 classroom observations. So, it's not an inter-agreement, but it's about averaging. So, we will have to add it, and then we have to divide it by 2. Next, ito po yung mga makikita po natin yung mga MOVs or proof of demonstration and achievement of objectives sa lahat ng mga COIs. Makikita natin dyan ay yung kakailanganin lamang ay yung classroom observation tool. So, number of MOVs, 1 or 2. Bakit po 1 or 2? Kasi meron po tayong dalawang options kanina. May 2 full classroom observation at saka yung isang classroom observation lamang. So, mag-aring isa na isa. Kung meron kayong dalawang COT, so kaya yan, dalawa. Depende lang po yan. Now, for your information, you can also access the different tools mentioned in this memorandum in the link shown in the slide. So, Diyan lang natin, no, meron din pong QR code na gina-prepare po si DepEd. Okay, so you just have to visit the link and then download the different tools necessary for this. Okay, so yun lamang po and have a great day.